What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm Muggin from the Dislyte Directive, and today we're going to be running through some tips on what to do during your daily grind to kind of make sure you're making efficient progress with your roster. The first thing you want to make sure you're doing every day, and I bring this up first because I think it's one of the most important things, is you need to be running multi-battle all the time. I know it can be stamina intensive, but it's definitely worth the effort to go ahead and get your multi-battles running. So that you can be generating income for your teams, whether that's experience, whether that's your relic farming, wave farming, etc. You need to keep that going. You minimize that, and now you can go and do other things. You can push story, farm another type of material, tower, etc. So that's an important thing to make sure that you're doing every day and keeping running. Another thing is to not forget your bounties. Every day you're going to get 3 bounty tickets. You're going to want to prioritize stamina, gems, and then gold records when you can see them. They're rare, but they all do exist. You will also sometimes see 100,000 gold. So if you are running low, that's an option. But I would pay for the either refresh for free or pay for the refresh to get something better. Don't forget to claim them when you're done as well, like that. So that's a good thing. Yep, see, there we go. Always kind of pick one and do it to see if you can get another good one before you start picking just from the whole thing. And then be sure to do your refreshes daily. Once you've completed, if there's nothing on the rack that looks good, you get 1 free refresh per day. It's definitely worth it if you can get another big crystal or stamina income. I believe if you hit all stamina in a day, you can get about 560 bonus stamina every day between all the things that are, 560 stamina a day between all the things that you get free. So make sure you're doing that to maximize that. Another thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to do your DJ contests. You can get some things through the DJ contest as you progress through the different stories and the different records. You will get new rewards from all that stuff. So it's another way to just get free items to progress your roster. The next thing I would say is you want to make sure you join a club as soon as you can. You'll be able to generate, you'll be able to get your stickers every day so that you can start to get additional free pulls. And you can donate, you'll want to donate your stickers to your guild members to make sure that you get the currency for the guild shop. As your guild levels up, you'll be able to get some good things from here weekly, like records, XP boosters, which can be very strong, elite experimon, and starimons as well. So make sure you're doing that. The other reason to join a club as soon as you can is that you can generate an additional 40 crystals every day through your club rewards, and then weekly you get another 50. Plus, if you finish all your stuff for the week, there's another 50 crystals, a stamina pack, a wave pack, and also a gold record every week that you can get through your club. So be sure to join a club as quickly as you can. Also, the other thing is to max your friends list out. Try and get people of equal level and make sure that you're giving and receiving every day. One of the reasons to do this is to generate your friend store tokens, because you can get extra stamina through the friend store every day, as well as stickers to give to your guild. So you'll want to be making sure that you're buying your 2 stamina refreshes every day from that store. You will generate, with a large friends list, you'll generate that very quickly. You'll be capped at 1,000 almost all the time after about a week. So you can very easily be purchasing 2 racks of stamina every day. Another thing to make sure you do is every day you want to grab your daily pack that has got 30 stamina as well. And as we know, when running multi-battles constantly in the background, you're going to go through that stamina pretty quick. So that's another important thing. The next thing to look at, and I know I'm going through some of this kind of fast, but is to look at expeditions. Expeditions is a good way to get things that may be out of reach for you. As you can see here, I'm running some difficulty 6 stuff, which is some harder content at the beginning, but you can get this stuff pretty quick. And again, you just put your espers in and send them on their way to get what you need. And the other thing to realize about this is that these are for bonus, right? So the requirements up here at the top, the 40 flow, 30 inferno, and 30 shimmer are not required to get the reward. They increase your reward multiplier. So if you don't have what you need specifically for the multiplier, and you can literally send level 1s to go and get it, and they don't even have to match. So you can very easily get some higher tier relics, higher tier waves from level 1 characters. So that's always a good one. You'll also have a daily bonus one that'll rotate through supply vouchers and experiments, gold, etc. So you'll want to try and do that if you need any of that currency there. Another thing to be smart about is your point war. You'll want to be getting as many of your point war battles together a day as you can. Once you start getting in a streak, you'll start to get bonuses. You'll want to stay with these top battles. You'll note that these bottom battles do not offer points towards increasing your point war rank. They only offer the currency. So regardless of what you attack, you get your 8 currency and it counts as point war wins. But these top 3 will give you points to increase your tier. You'll want to be selecting those battles carefully. Like for instance, this battle has a Hades in it, and even though I outlevel them, Hades can be kind of a pain. So I'll just do a refresh. You just have to wait for the refresh timer, which is this little circle here, to fill up. The refreshes don't cost you any money or anything like that, so you can just hunt for a team that looks suitable to beat, and then go for it in that way to make sure that you're getting matchups that are favorable to you. And even then, sometimes it won't line up to be perfect, but you can kind of strategize your team accordingly there. So if you don't have a long main, you can be dodging long main leads to make sure that you're on equal footing. That's a character to keep your eye out for in Point War as a lead. That's who is right here. He increases everyone's speed by 20%, and he's very common to be found as a lead in Point War. So if you don't have him and they have him, you will already be on the back foot, allowing them to make attacks before you can even go. He also, his first ability that he drops can freeze your entire team. So if his accuracy is high, you may never even get a turn. So just keep your eye out and make sure that you are ahead of the curve there. So that's another important thing. And make sure you collect your first day win every day. The third thing is to work on your Ascensions. You'll want to be ascending your Espers in your main team to increase their abilities. The most important thing is getting them to 3 to have the additional stat for their abilities. So for instance, this one adds in the true damage. The heal ability to it. So you want to make sure that you get you get that stuff. So this converts 50% of the damage into healing when it's upgraded, which then he can literally fill his entire health bar with a single swing of his middle special. So you want to make sure you're upgrading to at least Ascension 3. I've only upgraded my main team to 3, and then I'm saving everything to make my push for Gabrielle. So that's another tip, is that you're going to want to be getting ready to get your Gabi. So Gabi is through the Esper Fusion. She's one of the strongest support characters in the game. You'll find her at the top of pretty much every tier list. She is good in literally every game mode in the game. There's not a reason not to have her on your team. She is that strong. And she is 100% free to play friendly. You can get her without any money put in, simply through time. So in order to do that, you will need to first get Fabrice here. And then from there, you will then use Fabrice and more Espers to get her. The Espers are lost in the process, and it does take a good amount of materials to get that, but she's 100% worth it. We have another video on the channel that talks specifically about getting Gabi, and you guys can check that out for some additional information there. The other thing is that you're going to want to be, when you're doing your practice stages, you're going to want to get a farmer up. There's in the early game, there's some really easy options for farmers. Mona is a great one. Everybody has her. Li Ling can easily replace her. And has a higher ceiling for his ability power and use elsewhere in the game, in the late game. So if you do have Li Ling, he's a good one that can solo, as well as Mona. I'm taking my Mona to 50 and probably having her stop, but I have been using her quite a bit due to my terrible luck in the gacha. So another thing is make sure you're doing your pulls in the echo chamber here, getting your gold records and finding out what you can get. I have the worst luck ever, so I continually pull and then continually get garbage. In fact, my first secondary legendary was just a dupe of Li Ling, which was pretty heartbreaking, since my rest of my roster is pretty junky. But I'm still making progress here, so that's another thing, is that even the 3 and 4 stars and even 3 stars can get you going. So don't sleep on Chang Pu. She's the only healer I have. I've taken her to 5, and her immunity, AoE healing, and the big heal in the middle really does give her some serious firepower to keep your team alive. Additionally, for her, thing to remember is that 3-star Abilamons are pretty easy to get, so you can really upgrade her with those Abilamons pretty quickly to get her to higher healing with immunity through her level 3 Ascension, and reducing the cooldown of both of her heals through her Abilamon upgrade. So don't sleep on that. Make sure to put that into her. If you don't have another one, there are plenty of other healers that are far superior to Chang Pu, but you're gonna have tons of her. You know, I think I pulled like 9 copies of her, so that's another good one. Ripples, the other thing to look at is your ripples. So in the chat, you're going to get ripples that show up here and there. It's not active right now, but those are going to be where you get 2 specific characters can only be gotten from there. Yeshua and Dahlia. Yeshua is one of the better healers in the game. You'll find her again towards the top of the list of healers. Definitely very good. Her immunity is very strong, so be sure to keep your eye out for those ripples and get in there as quick as you can. I think that's going to about cover it for today. As always, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions. We've also got our Discord up and running. You can find it at discord.me/thedirective. Type that into your browser of choice, and it will fire up your Discord and get you connected with us. We've got a lot of discussions on there going on daily. Good group of people from free-to-plays. We've got a couple of big spenders in there, can give you advice on both sides of the fence. And as always, we look forward to providing more useful content for you guys as we all continue down the path of having some fun in Dislyte. Thanks again for watching.